I almost ruined Jujimufu's video. One of Jujimufu's newest videos almost didn't happen. Let me explain. So a few weeks ago, I traveled up to North Carolina to hang out with Jujimufu. I'm his editor and his friend. The plan was to hang out and film a mini vlog. The mini vlog would have Juji and some other collaborators that we were working with, and it would be for my own channel. Everyone was super gracious and super accommodating in letting me film. However, things did not go according to plan. We had 4 separate videos planned out for the day, for various people's channels. A stretching video, a heavy squat video, a sandbag video, and a coloring book video. Just a silly one. I vaguely paid attention to this plan as I was setting up to shoot for my own video. The first stretching video gets wrapped up and then we start the next one. We move on to squatting using a monolift. Now, a monolift is like a mechanical squat rack, basically. It allows you to squat without having to walk it out. You can adjust the safety height super duper fast and easy, and it's just easier in general to use for multiple lifters. Now, I've never operated a monolift before, and I certainly didn't want to learn while they were loading 600, 700, even 800 pounds. That's larger than a full-grown bear, for reference, by the way. So Sam, Juji's wife, normally films for Juji. However, Sam was operating the monolift, which means I ended up recording the first few clips. Now, in the past, I've filmed for Juji's channel a handful of times, but I filmed the blindfold squat video, I filmed a handful of the Ninja Warrior part videos. I'm not 100% new behind handling a camera. I've also filmed for myself for YouTube for several years now, to varying degrees of success.
Oh yeah, man, of course I'm a pro. No, I'm absolutely a pro, man. Like, CLG is gonna be calling me any day.
I'm an editor by trade, not an experienced videographer, and certainly not a camera operator. Sam handed me a Sony a7 III mounted on a DJI gimbal, and we got to work. This was also like my second time ever holding a gimbal. Those things are heavier than you think, by the way. So I started off kind of under the impression that I was just filming a couple bonus clips to help out. But after 400, 500, 600 pounds was loaded, it started to set in. I had captured pretty much all of the clips so far, and I was the one recording this particular squat section.
Let's get to the end of the video, all right? Instead of putting the biggest lift last, we'll put the biggest lift first, right?
Get a good shot of it for us.
It wasn't all adding up in my brain, and the panic started to set in. Who had filmed what before me, if anything? And who the f*** was filming this squat video? So I was trying to find good angles to record at. I was trying to figure out which things should be recorded and shouldn't be recorded. By the way, a monolift is kind of hard to film in because so much of it blocks your face and body. I was trying to figure out when to start and when to stop filming. I was trying to stay out of the way of the 2 to 3 other people that were filming at the same time. I was guessing what shots looked good, what shots might not look good. I was learning gimbal things like if you flip out the screen and it's on a gimbal, you have to rebalance the whole gimbal. Thank you, gimbals. It was an all-around disaster, especially sheer panic up here. I thought everything was going wrong because I had no idea how this was all going to come together. After the squats, we moved on to Juji and guests commentating, and then they went on and started lifting some sandbags. From there, Sam ended up back on main camera duties. Thank goodness. It was a small relief. But the gears in my head just kept on turning. Did I get enough shots? Did I get the right stuff? Did I film the right people? Will these 2 sections bridge together? It was a disaster. When you're filming in collaboration with other YouTubers, there's people and cameras and gear, and there's so much stuff everywhere. There are so many people trying to do so many different things, and you're trying to remember what you recorded and what you need to record. And it was just completely and totally overwhelming. I kept thinking, how the heck is this going to come together in a cohesive video? How the heck am I going to edit this together? So many questions. So me, Sam, and Juji ended up chatting afterwards, and we came to the conclusion to combine the squat clip videos and the sandbag clip videos. Presuming that there's enough material, we'll just jam it all into one video. They helped reassure me that it's probably totally fine, even though I did not feel totally fine at all. Side note, Juji and Sam are the nicest frickin' people. They are by far the most gracious video team I have ever worked with. It was just a wacky and chaotic situation, as are most of the collaborations. After all the madness, I got home and got into the studio and started assembling all the clips together. Much to my relief, there was just enough material to put together a fun, normal length video. We had some hyped up lifting. We had some great in-between conversation. We had some smooth-ish transitions between each section. Like, the joke sometimes in video work is that like, it'll come together in post. It'll come together in the edit. But actually, it did come together in post this time. Reception on the video from the team and from viewers seemed pretty good overall. So for that, I could not be happier. I hadn't planned on filming for Juji that day, and neither had Juji or Sam, but I'm actually super happy that it turned out this way, because I learned so much. Even though it felt like a total disaster, it turned out not to be. Now for you squids, here's a few lessons. You don't know a thing. That's the lesson, by the way. You being Brian, by the way, I'm not trying to flame anybody. All the YouTube videos that you watch about all the things camera and editing related give you an idea. They give you a reference point. But when the rubber meets the road, it's your skills and experience. Getting focus, how to use a gimbal, composition and framing. Maybe you've heard of these things, but if you haven't practiced them, and more importantly, implemented them, then you haven't grown your skill. You're just hoarding knowledge. You learn from what you do. So get out there and practice more. Another good practice is liking the video. Helps the channel a ton. Thanks, squids. Now, my next lesson is to make space. Be aggressive, but communicative. I am an introvert, so this was partly my nightmare. Actually, it was completely my nightmare. Going outside of my own house is just a total disaster usually. Working with other YouTube creators, you're often working with multiple people filming at the same time. You have to get your shots, of course, but you also have to be wary of all the other people that are around you. You have to try to stay out of the way of everyone else, basically. Huge shout out to Sam and Romark. Romark does the filming and editing for Martins, but huge shout out to both of them for helping put me in the right place to get the right shots. And also being really chill about it. Some directors and other camera operators can be vicious in this regard if you like get in their space or like you don't know what you're doing and stuff. So them being nice to me was such a blessing. So thank you guys. So, know your space that you're operating in. Communicate with other camera operators, and watch out for the stuff that's around you and on the floor. There are cameras, there's gear, there's clothes, there's drink. There is so much stuff on the floor of a gym or like when you're recording a fitness video. There's so much stuff to watch out for. But speaking of more stuff, that's my next tip. You can do more. Seeing seasoned content creators like Sean and Romark, Martins, Sam, Juji, everyone that was there. Seeing them do the work that they do was nothing short of inspiring. Being able to film and edit at a high level, constantly switching clips and photos for like Instagram, and the speed and clarity of like planning and then actually shooting the videos themselves. It was all amazing. I've been so used to creating videos in the studio with a blocked off shot like this that I almost forgot that working in the field, so to speak, is a totally different skill. The run and gun vlog is definitely something super cool and I want to do more of it. I have a long way to go, but seeing that level of work and talent, it gives me hope that yes, you can do more. You can create more. You can do more things better and faster. The whole experience was like a fever dream, but I learned so much and I had a blast. It's a stark reminder to always continue to learn, create, and grow. You can check out the behind the scenes video right here to see what the heck I'm talking about. Thank you, squids.